Yeah, I guess we'll see about that. I actually saw some interesting analysis by someone I know on Facebook. He used to live in New Hampshire, and he's thinking that Trump's going to make the difference, whether people vote for Trump, because a lot of independents are voting in this election. Independents can vote in both races. So whether they vote for Trump or they don't go for Trump, they're not going to. If they don't go for Trump, a lot of the independents aren't going to go for a lot of the other Republican candidates, according to the person I was reading from, and so they were saying that they would go to Bernie if they don't go to Trump.
Say that again. So if they don't go to Bernie, they would go to Trump. So
right, a lot of the independents. So we're not talking about Republican registered voters. We're not talking about Democrats. We're talking about the actual independents that are able to vote in New Hampshire. New Hampshire is a unique state in that regard. So.
To make sure I heard you correctly, he's saying that they're breaking, the independents are going out and they're voting for Trump, and they may be the difference that he needed in New Hampshire.
Right, and that the difference between Hillary and Bernie will be defined by that, by how large of an amount of the independents go for Trump. Because if they don't go for Trump, they're more likely to go for Bernie, in his opinion.
Okay, I got it. Okay, it kind of just flew past me. So that would be interesting, because there was this entire game of expectations that they were playing, knowing that there was a dramatic lead that Bernie Sanders had over Hillary Clinton. And we discussed this last night, right? So the smallest margin that we had, that any poll had for Hillary Clinton, was 9 points, completely outside, 6 points above the standard margin of error of plus or minus 3%. Then it went to 15 points, and then it was 30 points. So it was a blowout, but MSNBC called it or not MSNBC, but Chris Matthews on MSNBC called it a dead heat. But so they had this entire expectations game that Hillary's camp was trying to spin on, all of the last week, basically sandbagging it, saying, well, we fully expect Sanders to win. So it's going to be important to see by how much he wins, because that's really the only thing that they can pull at this point and say he didn't win by a significant margin, because we already expected him to win. But by the margins that they were projecting last night, it should be a thorough blowout, and people are still in line. Only 11% have reported at this point. All right, so let's